What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome back to the 4 a.m. network. I'm Nick. That's punk ass Hakim. And this is Chicago, baby, versus bullshit NYC. Let's go.
See how hard it was for him to even say that because he knows fucking better. Southside, we outside.
Chi-town,
Southside Queens, Jamaica Queens represent NYC, New York City. Stand the fuck up.
Blicka. How many rats you got on the way from wherever you said to wherever you said? Cover that turf, bitch ass. And when I say rats, I don't mean the rats that we got in my city. We got different kind of rats over there that we take care of.
Different kind of rats over there. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
You proud of that? You proud of that?
We got a lake for a reason.
Of that, though?
Al Capone, baby. You got to do what you got to do. You don't mess with the family.
Okay. I mean, we got a
family
high.
don't mess with you.
We got a high number of rats. I got that. You know, but at least the rats and the people are living more than the motherfuckers in Chicago. Fuck is you even talking about?
That's just one side, baby.
Fuck is you even talking about?
Go check out the north side, son. Go look. Go over there to Wrigleyville. Hey, that's. Don't go to Wrigleyville if you aren't. Never mind. We'll go there in a different story. It's nice up there.
Listen,
go over to the suburbs. It's great.
Listen. I know you're already gonna say some shit about niggas stealing shit from. Yeah, and I said it. Stealing shit from Chicago. I mean, and you know what? Whatever, because y'all motherfuckers, like the rest of the fucking country, follow what New York does.
Because we can perfect it and do it better.
You do not. Y'all don't even do it half as good.
You can't even do the simplest thing that everyone in America needs, and that's fucking let people drive in your city. What do you mean?
You don't have to. The city's designed for you to be able to get around with or without a car.
Oh, so you can
Parking ain't great. I give you that. I give you that. I'm not gonna say try to front like parking is the shit.
Do not want to go on that subway. I've seen those videos too. Fuck you with every fucking wackadoo in New York City.
Chicago gangsters scared of the fucking subway. We come to Chicago and get on your whatever the fuck you got. We ain't scared. We don't care. It's Yo, you know what happened? Somebody try something? Fuck is you talking about? Not. I got to get upstairs outside of the subway so I can call 911.
No, our gangsters.
So I can call 911.
Our gangsters wear nice, clean suits.
Scary
We don't want to make a mess unless we absolutely have to. That's all.
Chicago wore a suit since the 60s or 50s or whatever the fuck y'all had a name.
Don't make me call Johnny. That's all. Johnny boy does the dirty
Everybody
work.
got a fucking Johnny and Tony.
Tony. No, Tony's the one with the suit that doesn't want the suit to get dirty. Not doing the work.
That's
for
fine,
him.
but New York got him too. You're not saying nothing. You're not saying nothing. But do you got a biggie? And I know you got some. I know you got some hitters that came out of Chicago, music wise. I know you got some hitters. I'm not gonna front, but y'all ain't got hitters like us. Y'all don't have the numbers like us. They sheer
put out enough shit. One of it's gonna land. You know, toss enough shit out there. You don't have the poets we have in Chicago.
Oh,
Common, Lupe Fiasco.
I said you got some hitters.
And Twista, he's a poet that lets the asses fly with it.
You know what else about those guys they have in common? They're all part of a culture started out of New York City.
Okay.
Hip hop's home.
Okay, talk rap. Let's go back to where I can talk in the music space where we've dominated. We started.
Hold on. No
house music.
No rap.
EDM.
No rap.
No, I didn't say no rap.
No rap.
You win. I like East Coast rap. I like my Midwest rap, but it's a lot more. It can be a lot more storytelling.
Bro.
You're trying to get the party started with your East Coast shit. I get it. Broadway
is New York. Say what?
Okay.
All of your favorites in Hollywood has something to do with New York and coming up in the game. And without it, they wouldn't be your favorites now. New York City made them. Because you know what? If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
All I'm going to say...
When you left Chicago and you wanted to get famous in one of these industries, you didn't go straight to Hollywood. No.
You don't...
You went to New York. You didn't stay in Chicago. 5 people stayed in Chicago who became famous from staying in Chicago.
You don't go anywhere anymore. You go to second city. Chicago has its name in the game, especially when it comes to second city in Chicago.
Say it again?
That's where Jim Belushi and all them came from. Second city.
Second. You want to know what the first
Not
You
New
want to
York.
fucking know the first?
Here we fucking go. Johnny Big Shoes over here.
The first.
And it's, you know who usually gets it?
New York City.
You know who usually gets it done right? The second city that watches the first city's mistakes. Just saying. Second's not always the worst place to be.
You followed our footsteps.
How come?
You took our blueprint.
You took our bean. You took our bean. And I'm not being racist. You literally took our bean.
We're not
You
care about no
shrunk it.
fucking bean, dog.
You shrunk it down and you put it in the corner by a Walgreens where you can't even see it. Ours is in such a glorious spot when you can see the skyline of the city on it. Oh my God. You guys went, you're like, let's fucking take this shit and shove it in the corner. They'll never see it.
I mean, peep this. You know what I
Never
mean?
see it.
The two of the most famous skylines in the world, like when you see the silhouettes and whatnot, are going to be New York and Chicago. And you can know which one it is as soon as you see it. Boom, right? But what do you see more? There's a reason. There's a reason why you see Big Bad New York more. Because we're better. There's a reason why this is even called Mine is Better.
Better. There's no better. It's better. We, as I said in Chicago, take the things that you do not do correctly in New York and we perfect them. And we are the proper city. When you want our country to meet a good country and a nice one to put up a nice front and see the good city, you send in Chicago. You don't
Bullshit. They don't even send it to New York. I'm not even going to front like they send it to New York. They don't send it to either one of us.
Where the fuck they going then? They're not going to LA. They're not going to Texas. For damn sure.
They go to that small part of DC. Not the part that everybody knows is horrible. The small part that represents the country.
The Xanax area. I got it. Okay,
let's not pretend. Then I said them to either one of ours as a representation of the country.
I thought you were going to say somewhere in Iowa or Kansas. Like, no.
They might send somebody up there to get a better
Try to trick them. Where they have one mountain and like some really big shopping center.
Yeah, pretend like, you know what I mean? But the reality is,
New York fucking sucks. Thank you.
You're bugging. Peep game. How Chicago got deep dish pizza and that.
How?
Hold on. How Chicago got that, but when you speak about pizza, first thing somebody says is New York pizza.
Time out.
New York pizza.
That's it. Okay, see? Okay, so he's going to scream and shout his answer, and I'm going to sit here calmly and educated we do in Chicago. Now, deep dish pizza is great. I love it. Deep dish pizza is not the representation of Chicago pizza. Anyone that knows pizza and is from Chicago knows that is not it. It is square cut, thin crust pizza, cheese melted over the toppings underneath. Fucking delicious. Out here for Arizona, go to Rosati's, go to Spinato's, I think does it. I don't think Spinato's cooks the cheese over all of the toppings like that. That's true style.
I'm gonna tell you this. That's
true pub style.
That's tasty. That's
tasty. The greatest pizza in the world.
Tasty.
I love pizza.
But you know what? Hold on.
I don't like deep throat in my pizza from New York.
Whoa. Pause the fuck out of here.
You pick that shit up and the cheese is over here. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta figure this out.
Yo, peep game. Did I have to specifically describe our pizza? No, because when I said New York pizza, if you fucking know, you fucking know. He's got to describe it because don't nobody fucking know that they even came from Chicago. But this Chicago nigga.
We have to describe it because we are so superior. We are misconstrued and there's a misconception out there that
Yo, you go anywhere in the country. Rarely do you see it advertised Chicago-style pizza. Nah, son.
You guys don't know the secret. Now I put you on the game, son.
New York-style pizza. Go out of the country.
$1.50 slice.
If they're going to reference American-style pizza, is what style?
You see New York style because
you see talking about.
You see New York style because it's so goddamn easy and cheap to make. That's why.
No, it's because what people want.
Anyone that truly knows pizza.
Y'all got a great dog. Chicago dog? Delicious.
Oh, yeah. You can't top that. We all know that. I already know if we were talking hot dogs.
They still talk about the street dogs in New York. They still talk about them.
But that's just because
they talk about us.
That's the water, though.
We're great.
It's just because the hot dogs are boiled in that water from that nasty-ass bridge. That's it. underneath that nasty
But
ass
they
bridge.
love it.
I know
They
Bridgewater.
love it. New York culture. You gonna get that? You gonna get
New
that
York,
street food?
yeah.
You gonna go get that street
Oh.
food? What you gonna
You
do
know
in
why?
Chicago? What you
You
gonna do in
hold on.
Chicago? Go to one of the dog places next door to each other and pretend
Listen.
like one's better than the other. It's the same fucking dog.
Listen, son. You know why they love the street food in New York? Because they're paying fucking $2,000 a month to sleep in a closet, and they can't afford anything else if they want a hot meal on the go. We all know this. The shawarma cart, the halal cart might be the same thing. I don't know.
Fucking
Sorry.
delicious.
Yeah, in the hot dog cart, the pretzel cart on the go.
Fucking delicious.
You couldn't afford a car if you knew how to drive a car because you can barely afford to live in your closet like Harry fucking Potter. I get it. Granted,
New
Chicago,
York's expensive.
you go in the city, it's gonna be very similar. I get that, but
I was hoping you'd be honest.
the
I was hoping you'd be honest.
the suburbs of Chicago are much more accessible to this downtown area of Chicago than the outer. What are you fucking fancy asses? The boroughs are, you fucking hear the borough, you think, Arizona, Phoenix to fucking Tempe or something, Phoenix to Mesa, all that. No, it's like we got to go over this bridge over here. It's New Jersey pretty much because it's over here on this bridge. I mean, is it fucking New York or is it New Jersey, you assholes? That's the one thing.
New Jersey,
you guys
New Jersey.
try to claim
First
shit
of all, hold on.
that isn't yours.
First of all, don't you ever.
How are those New Jersey Giants doing? They fucking play over there. So how does that work?
New York Giants.
Yeah, so they're New
bitch.
York because New Jersey don't fucking have anything and they can't get their head out of their hair grease to figure out a way to pay.
They ain't got nothing. You ain't got a New Jersey nothing.
You can't even fit a football stadium in your city to be a proper team.
We could.
In the city, you could. You'd have to fucking kill the homes of so many people.
No, they've had.
And then there'd be more bullshit. I've seen the photos of how packed.
But there's issues with the agreement about the stadium.
Yeah, I've seen the outside of Madison Square Garden and how packed that shit is.
But I mean, New York's got everything, bro.
It's got the rats. It's got the cots. It's got the overpriced homes.
We got all the sports.
It's got the restaurants.
Our names and our sports names were talked about, with the exception of. That's not them. But with the exception of the Bulls.
My teams can be the shittiest
Bulls
teams.
Are the only team that really talked about consistently out of Chicago.
My guy. My teams can consistently be the worst teams in the league, and they're still top 5 best fan bases, top 5 most talked about teams in the league because we just fucking get drunk in Chicago.
Most talked about.
Let me tell you the secret.
If they're only talking about them in Chicago,
I'm gonna tell you
they're
the
not
secret.
the most talked about.
I'm gonna tell you the secret. In Chicago, there's some it's not good, but it's good enough beer that's very cheap.
If
we
you
just
have to
get
start
drunk.
with it's not good, then you kind of already
It's plausible. Hey, it wasn't the best, but she was all right, okay? And it's just they just drink and they accept the things. And then we eat
Times Square.
We get
Times Square. Yo. And when we bring the new year in, where are we watching? Are we watching Chicago?
We watch the idiots in Times Square that stand there cold.
Are we watching Chicago though?
If I was back home, yes, because it's amazing watching that over the.
I'm talking
the
about as a country,
Bitch.
a nationwide thing.
Bitch.
A nationwide thing. Who's tuning into what? They're tuning in to New York City, Times Square, ball drop every year. You know why?
Anybody that's ever gone to that shit says it's the worst thing in the world. They couldn't pee for 12 hours. It was a waste of money, and it sucks.
But did they go?
Fuck yourself. Never again.
But did they go?
But never again.
What did they tell you about when they went to Chicago? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Everything. They told me what I was about to tell you.
Shit because they have not gone to Chicago for New Year's.
They didn't tell me.
Go to Chicago.
I thought you just meant in general. Sorry, for New Year's, it's amazing.
Maybe they may have, but more people have been to New York.
Can we talk about something? It's so easy to get into our restaurants. The restaurants you want to get into in New York, you either can't because they got some old bullshit Italian style rules where it's like you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Or you can't get a reservation. So
you got a problem with us being exclusive because we're fire, dog. Anybody can walk in.
Not anybody, it's just easier. I gotta go to Rayo's at my local grocery store because I don't know a fucking person in the club to go to Rayo's in New York, which is probably gonna be overpriced anyways for what it is. Kiss my grits.
I'm just saying.
Kiss my Italian beef.
There's just some things that everybody just can't do.
We beat your ass.
Everybody just can't do.
What else does New York have?
We can go to Chicago.
What's a New York food outside of the pizza? That's a New York thing. Because you can't just say Italian food. You know I have 3 staples from my city.
Well, we have Chinese food. Which, if anybody's had New York Chinese food, they'll tell you.
True.
If it's not a Chinese restaurant where they're eating what they eat in China, for American style Chinese food, if it's not New York style, people don't like it.
That's extremely. That I literally could tell you 3 food types where you can go to multiple restaurants around the city and get not just a whole style. Like you can't say Italian food because they have known Italian restaurants. Like we have Italian beefs, which is a type of food that is known and great all over that town. We have the hot dogs, which you've already confirmed. We have the pizza. Not to mention there's an array of cultural food all around that city and around the suburbs that is fantastic, like New York. So, but we have staple food, not Chinese food's good. If it's a Chinese place next to the bodega at the bottom of the apartment complex on the corner with the red door.
Peep game. People go to Chicago, they leave saying that they miss specific foods. They say, I miss this food. I miss that food. The stuff you just named. When they leave New York and they say, oh, what's the favorite thing about New York? I miss the food. The food.
I miss this.
No. Not the this specific food. The food. Period. All of it. I wish I could have gotten more food while I was there.
I miss the pea-stained subway and the hobo that nearly fucking raped me, if we're going to be honest. And then the rat that stole my food and jumped on my leg.
Funny.
Okay.
People actually do miss the experience.
Okay. Don't bring up Times Squares because I think even you told me not to go to Times Squares unless it's something like the ball drop thing because you don't go there.
I never told you to go to the ball drop thing.
I've only been told not to go to Times Squares nowadays. It's very terrible.
You go to Times Square at least once.
I hear from all of the New York comedians that I listen to, you do not go to Times Square.
You want to know something a New Yorker actually does? New Yorker actually goes to Times Square at some point. Okay. At multiple points. What we don't do, we don't go to the Empire State Building that often. You go usually when you're a kid or a young adult.
Yeah, you don't go.
But you're going to be around it and see it in person as long as you go to Manhattan. So we don't have to say we do or don't go.
You do not
go to the Statue of Liberty. Everybody, let's go to the Statue of Liberty.
You don't do that. You don't go to Sears Tower in Chicago unless for the school trips. And when that one family member that's never been comes and you have to get dragged to, it's not something you do. You walk around it. You eat food underneath it and shit like that, like at some of the restaurants and the cafes that they have. It's not something that you always go and do. But the things that you do go and do is you go to the numerous bars and stuff on the river. You go on the boat things because there's numerous tours. There's so much fucking awesome shit. There's lakes all around the suburbs that are great. But let's get into this.
We next to the ocean, baby. We have Lake Michigan. We got that.
Lake Michigan ain't nothing to slouch at. Lake Michigan's pretty fire.
Yeah, but we not talk about look at you. You got to mention Michigan.
No, that's just the name of the lake, you asshole.
But you got to
not mention that punk ass state that can't.
Why is it Lake Chicago?
Why is Michigan?
Isn't it Lake something else that doesn't specify a different state?
Don't do this to me right now. All right, he's killing my spirit, pissing me off. So we're gonna get
the fucking point.
Yeah, little
York.
Asshole. Fuck New York. Now, Coffin. Let's go. You fucking first, bitch.
Like I told you, bro.
2 things. New York
first
over
thing,
Chicago.
What do they say when they leave? And I miss the food. Not I miss the beef sandwich. I miss the No, they miss it. Period. Another thing, we fucking start and run shit.
Okay. So the way New York grabs you and wants you want to come back to it. That's your first thing. New York grabs you. You don't want to leave. You want to come back. You don't stop talking about it. So it's like that. What's your second thing? That New York is the starter, not the finisher of things.
Start things.
Okay.
And we keep it going.
Okay. So Chicago, I'm gonna go with two things that I don't know if you're gonna expect, but we didn't talk about it. I know it's a thing that is the stereotype isn't true, but the stereotype with us isn't true, and it's very much how I grew up. Everyone in New York's an asshole and all that. I know that's not true. I know it's the way that you come off abrasive. There is nothing greater than not camaraderie. There's nothing greater than the way that Midwesterners treat each other and treat other people, to be honest with you. And especially in Chicago, I love the gritty, very to the point attitude about things. It doesn't fuck around and doesn't get offended by things. I love that. The grittiness of the city. Chicago's a very gritty city.
Because New York shares that. We share that. That's why. I'll say this. And
I think we're better. I think we wear
with
that
better in mind. There's a reason why New Yorkers and Chicagoans can go, to either and be okay.
And
so you can't.
I think
you can't use that as an argument to be a win. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to help.
Okay, well, I think of my second one since you're throwing a curveball at me. The food, hands down. The food is because you can go back into the time. Chicago's the reason why we have like red meat and shit like that, like the importing and exporting and through the river and things like that back in the day. And then, okay, I mean, New York can have this too since you took my first one from me. But the second one, I'm just going to go with the history. Like the history is so vast and deep when you go, because that's the thing. People don't dive deep into enough of the stuff.
I'm not arguing against
Illinois
Chicago
is big. Illinois is very big, important. Chicago's very important in the grand scope of
has a lot of
the United States.
I will not argue against that. Illinois, but I won't argue against that. But you're talking about versus New York City.
I already told you, I think that we do what you guys started and we perfect it. So both of the things I had already said, even though it goes with that, I think we do better. I'm sticking with my second one.
Because
I think we're better.
You're comfortable with being the second.
Because the first of everything is...
Hey. Forget about it.
Hey, go fuck yourself. Fuck you. This is some bullshit. I told you, it's the first place is great, but sometimes the first thing gets rushed out there. There's mistakes. There's a reason there's a big ass power brick on the old Xbox, and there wasn't in the beginning. The first one wasn't so good. Started fires. So
I'm just saying. If you want to talk about,
I like New York, but right now you're a fucking asshole. You're a prick.
Hey.
Anything you can do, I can do better is all you're telling me. I can't even have my own points. You're like, New York does that better. No, you dickhead, you don't. That's why you're so cocky that you don't realize we're coming underneath you. We're taking it.
Pause.
We're putting it better with a suit on.
Pause.
Hey.
Pause.
Hey.
Whoa.
Under 9.
Whoa.
Under 9 on top. Speaking of under, you guys let us know down below what you think. Fucking city that never sleeps over here, or
New York,
the nitty gritty
Southside Jamaica Queens,
nitty
Southside, we're outside. QGTM, fuck is up. Stand the fuck up and let this man know. New York City,
nitty gritty, Windy City, baby. Let's go. You know what it is. Look up the history. You see what we're better. Al Capone, baby. That's all I gotta say. I don't need anything else. I wish I had a feather on my cap right now and a cigar in my.
In the middle. Come on. What?
Comment down below. Like, review, subscribe.
Share, follow. You know what I mean?
And let us know what you thought of the series. You gotta tell us at the end of everything. Saw everything.
Hakim's is better.
Yeah, we're gonna be an overall score recap one of these days. We're gonna go through and see.
Is better.
Mine is better. Mine was bigger overall at the end, believe it or not. And with that, we cut.